Good morning. Yet again, the Open Gate Show presents another interview with somebody who is involved in horse racing. This time, top female rider, well, I should say apprentice, Natalie Berger. Well educated, a lot may not know that, and very versatile. And the Open Gate Show is pleased to have this young lady giving us her insights into horse racing as well as becoming a jockey. Natalie, welcome to the Open Gate Show.
Thank you.
What prompted you to get into this sport, which is a man's sport?
Well, I was introduced to this sport by my former agent, Carl Johnson. My mom used to work with his sister, so he asked me if I wanted to get involved in horse racing, and I said to him, "You really have to ask my mom." Well, he did, and she went and said, "Well, you have to ask her father about it, you know." One day we went by the market, and we saw that we saw Carl in the market, and he asked my father. But I said, "Well, Dr. She." I said, "Well, yes, I'll try it." But when I was about 6 years old, my aunt took me to the country and we went on a horse. So, you know, from this small, I've been on a horse. So, took me here one morning, went over by Carl Anderson. They put me on a horse that just came from the track. And I went up on the horse and I overheard Carl Anderson said, "Have she ever been on a horse?" So I answered and I said, "No," not remembering that I was on a horse from 6. So I said, "No, I haven't been on a horse. I've never been on a horse before." So he said, "You have a proper seating, and from we take telling you will go a long way." So okay, from there on, I've been at the track, get works and all those things, and look at the time when I come on, move from there, go down by Vincent Chung. Then my last stop was here at Randolph's that where he apprenticed me. First gallop and all those things. But my first canter was from Cashbird. Did you sing that day?
Oh, Cashbird.
Cashbird.
Yeah, this one is Colin Blair.
Yeah, the one that died. He gave me a horse, I don't remember the horse name though. He gave me a horse one day and said to me that, anything you want to do, if you want to act in, act in. I don't know if I act good, I don't know if I can do. But just brave up and rain came down the morning to
Wow.
morning, yes. And I get over that horse. Although I'm not doing anything right, I'm just holding on, just be like, yes, I'm doing something right. I'm still training, so I can't time. It's like, nice. But I went on a horse, Ruby the year. Ringo gave me a horse named Ruby the year once, but I think she just pulled a teeth or something like that. Gave me the trot the horse. That horse never trot. In gallop way instead. But we didn't gallop way. I just sat down and just go in and then pull up on it. Well, I fell in love with the sport after I got introduced by Carl Johnson.
At what time of your career did you became, say, comfortable? In other words, you didn't say, "I shouldn't have ventured into the sport." At what time of your career?
Well, I'm to be honest with you, I got a little bit disappointed when I wasn't winning any race. Well, I wasn't winning any races at the time when everyone else was winning, and I'm sitting there all soft-hearted and thinking, should I give up? Well, a lot of times I tell Randolph staff say, "You know, that is it. Me no contract sometimes." I said, "No, it's not so you work. You have to come work and just have the faith." I said, "Okay." Certain point when I started winning races, trainers telling me that, "Yeah, we're good and all these things. Yeah, you have some that will correct me and some will say yes."
Well, it's a dangerous sport. I'm sure you know about that. And your initial experience with a horse galloping away with you, I'm sure you were hoping for the best. In that nothing, no catastrophe happened and everything like that. But surely you realize it's a man's sport, and getting right from training, being a female, ain't easy. Who was your first win?
My first win was aboard Princess Emmanuel, trained by Peter McMaster.
And how, to win, to be a winner is really something. How was it? Walk us through that.
Well,
After approaching the winning post, realizing that you're going to win.
Well, from in the parade ring, Mr. McMaster made me feel like I was going to trap that horse during the race. Because the man said to me, chop your legs. So I put it at the leg that I felt comfortable.
Yeah.
Give it one more hole. I have to do it because he's a trainer.
Yes.
I get one more hole. I'm going down there, leg long and thin, but I had the balance. Honestly, I had the balance of the thing. So I'm saying he did that for me, right? And gave me the instruction and everything. Get a clean break and just ride her the best I can. Break her sharp from the gate and have her nice. Coming across the quarter, I just my space, I just take it and I just ride her. May not be the best rider, but at least I got the job done. And I was very grateful and I was very happy for that win. I had a picture with him when jump up.
Like Frankie the Tory.
Yes,
yeah.
Thanking him. I was very grateful for it.
That has been a while up to now. There are times I see you working hard, but of course you're only human and you get responded by, because you're not getting enough rides, and what you got were horses who have no chance. Hard for you, I know, in both ends. Recently, there's been an incentive for which female jockey wins the most races, and I have noticed that this has inspired the female riders, yourself, Samantha Fletcher, and Abigail Abel, to be working much harder. I've noticed you've been getting some better rides, and you just recently won with a horse that normally stops by the name of Casual Charm. Tell us about that win.
Casual Charm, she was well programmed. Why I say well programmed? In the morning, even if I don't want to come here, that very horse, motivates me, she push me to come to the track. Because the trainer would say, you don't normally tell me like the night before that she's coming out to work. You will come the very morning. Nah, say coming to check me. I say, yes trainer. How when is that? Yes trainer, I'm coming. Drive go down there. Sometimes I'm not ready and I stand up and I wait. Take that horse from the stable, come up to the track, and I walk around the ring. If she have to cut to the track, just take her from out the straight, do the work. But otherwise, it's mostly walk and she walk up by the track. She we want to go around the mall because she's a little bit fussy now and then. And carry her back down. The last morning prior to the race, which was Monday morning, he said, Nats, what you want to do? You want to carry her to the truck to walk her, or you want her to go to the pool? I said, Trainer, let you walk. I'll come and walk her. So, alright, no problem. I walked that house for 1 hour. Go for her 7. When I went for her, it was 7:15 when I left the stable. By the time I reached down there, it was 8:15. And I know this horse cannot lose. I actually walked her, go down. She wasn't jigging anything, less energy used. And she walked her down. Nice. And I said to her, from, well, I said to Shane, and that Shane is from the South Dakota lead. She cannot lose. Natalie said, she don't have any chance. I said, okay, watch and see. She never stopped. No for them want her to stop. Well, had her
expecting her to stop.
Expecting her to stop, but she'd never do that. Because it's 4 furlong and I rode her 5.5. So I had to change my style of riding on her Tuesday. Reason being I put her to lead, but I just have to hold her a little and just naturally good. Yeah, that's what I get the best result from her.
24 to 1.
24
That's
to
a
1.
huge price.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
And I understand that the bank had to wait a lot of time to count the money won. But surely, you know, it's good you're one of the horses that have been stopping all the while. As a matter of fact, that horse has stepped up in class, which she didn't belong there. But, you know, you managed to have her winning. I must say, I noticed your riding style has changed. You look more supportive of the horse, you look more comfortable. And, you know, it all is well, because it ain't easy to be in a man's sport and expect to get the ride that you would help you to move you further. Have you ever thought of going abroad, overseas?
Yeah, but at the same time, I'm saying to myself that I haven't won enough races that I've expected. So, try my best, win the amount of races that I can, and then I'll take it from there.
How do you see yourself as a female rider into this sport? I keep repeating man's sport, but you know, it really ain't, because females are emerging plenty all over the world, riding horses in a race.
In this sport, it's challenging to get rides, you know. Worse that trainers say I'm very light, and I have to get rides that are like 48 kilo and up to probably 52, but I can take off 3. But like 53, or probably 53, but like 54 and them top weight, I cannot. And the trainers then might not want to give me the rides at that weight, because they say too much dead weight and all that. But otherwise it's challenging, yes. But a particular trainer, Paul Hilton, that man believes in me, you know. Why I said that? When he had Berlin, I remember Berlin came in at 57 kilo. I was taking off at the time same way, but I think it was 3 hours flipping at the time. If not
3 kilos you were flipping, okay.
One after 2.
Mm-hmm.
And he gave me the ride same way, and that horse won about 7.5 lengths. Remember? Coming from 57 and I'm light, so you know, dead weight that.
Mm-hmm.
And Berlin is a horse that is a funny horse, cannot use breastplate on him. So you know that horse runs saddle all the time. You go around the gate, drop the saddle, by the time you win, saddle still gone down. But he believe in me. And that's what I like about him. I respect him for that.
On that point, the Open Gate Show should congratulate the Jamaica Racing Commission to have some of the jockeys, both males and females, who have just recently became jockeys, to give them a break so that they will be allowed again to take off 3 and 2 kilos. That in that way it would help them, you know, get more rides. The racing surface has been resanded, or whatever they do, they did something to it. Do you feel the difference of what it was, say, 3 months ago to now? I mean, is it, yeah, tell us about that.
Yeah, the track, it has more cushion now than before. However, on the rails, it's a bit heavy. You notice, well, when I rode Casual Charm in the middle, it was okay for me in the middle, but I haven't ridden any horses on the rails so far, you know, other than Union 4, but it wasn't dead on the rails, so it has enough cushion for me so far. I don't have much problem with it other than on the rails.
In your riding career so far, how many times have you fallen from a horse in a race? I'm not talking on the fast track, in a race.
In a race, warrior. Not much. Warrior tea time with Myrtle. Nehemiah. Yeah, roughly everyone.
Well, let me get to the point.
Yes.
Were any of those you were in great pain and or such?
Yes, in 2019 I fell from a horse called Warrior. It was at lead, and I think he broke his two legs. I think, I'm not certain, because I never had the courage to watch back the race.
Mm-hmm.
But what I've heard is that he broke his two legs, I think, the two front legs,
Yeah.
while he was at lead, and I fell. Yeah. Well, I was unconscious. Only thing I remember, waking up in the hospital and asking for Warrior. Yes, I was asking for him, but not knowing what was happening at the time. Same way, until they told me what happened. But I had a concussion, and I think he fell on my foot. So I had a swelling somewhere down there. I'm not married. It took me a while to get back, get my mind fit for racing.
Mm-hmm.
I rode horses, yes, but I may tell myself that yes, I'm ready, when deep down my mind wasn't ready. I've seen it. I rode a horse named around $500. I don't remember his name right now, but it was for Harrison around 50. Went to lead and thing, but as I said before, my mind wasn't ready.
Yeah, your mindset wasn't really
Maybe
fully focused.
Physically fit, but the mind
Mentally,
wasn't.
okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Took me a while to get back there. So if you notice, as I said before, you notice that my riding style has changed,
Yes.
which I agree with you. It can be better, which once a trainer said to me, boy, you know you have to do that. I'll watch back a replay, and I said, yes, that is true. Steve Dad always said to me, boy, to go to reading man, whatever, I'll work with it. Or you tell me a couple times where I say, Natalie, it's not, if I ask, when you break them from get it, you break them and cup up, you have to break them and ride them out, you rev it in the middle, rev it in the middle, rev it in the middle. I said, okay, I'll take your word for it. And I do it.
Well, I was leading a horse at Gulfstream that Jerry Bailey was riding, and I have had on the Open Gate show Rajiv Maraj, Jamila Rodriguez, George Lusang, and everything. And I always ask them this question: what can you tell a jockey, an inexperienced jockey, how to ride a horse? And they all said, well, it wasn't together I interviewed them. Jerry Bailey, I was leading the horse at the racetrack, in the ring. They all said, the key thing in riding a racehorse is for you and the horse to get into one sync. When its head goes out, your hands goes out, your legs go behind and everything. And from once you can do that, the horse will run for you, and amazingly. That's what they say. Who is your favorite rider, in the sense that you look at and you admire riding, locally and abroad, if there's one overseas?
Yeah. Locally, it's Caymanas for me.
Mm-hmm.
Abroad, it's Louis Siders.
Okay.
Reason being, well, for Louis, I like how, as it is, right in front. And reading horses well.
Yeah.
Go with the reading and everything. It's so neat on horses.
Mm-hmm.
However, Shane Ellis is the very same for me as in with Louis. And you can actually go to Shane Ellis and say, hey, what's the best way you think I can ride this horse? And he will tell you.
Mm-hmm.
You're not going to hide it and say, why? Go read the book, or, well, yes, you can tell me to read book or whatsoever, you understand, but at the same time, you will help me and say, alright, this horse have speed, and all I have to do is sit and wait. I rode a horse the other day, and honestly, it cost me about it. And it's alright, no problem. I'm not going to sit and say, boy, a foolish talk because in a lot of races, top jockey, you understand? So we have to, if you cannot take telling, it doesn't make any sense. You're in racing. You have to take telling and willing to learn from the top riders. And I have to thank Shane Ellis a lot because he teach me a lot.
Yeah, a great horseman, you know, someone who has gotten a lot of labels pinned on him where he's innocent and, you know, really an asset to horse racing. I am very observant, you know, I've been to quite a number of tracks overseas and I always love to watch things. For example, I've seen where Jerry Bailey and all those top jockeys, as a matter of fact, majority of the jockeys with their race book, in between races, looking and studying. And even here in the past, maybe you weren't here then, when you had Horseman, Hosey, Griffiths and those guys, even the foreign jockeys that come here, Brian Harding, and they always have their book in between races. I asked George Osama once, what was the purpose of that? And he says, before his race comes up, he studies the form that he's going to ride in next, and he runs an imaginary race in his mind, which, you know, helps him a lot. Why I'm mentioning this, I know the Open Gate Show is viewed by a lot of jockeys out here, and at this moment I should wish apprentice British Roman and you know, others all the best of luck in coming back soon, you know, and also O'Shane Nugent, who's recently back. But you are very light, and light horses, they have an advantage. But I noticed that you prefer seemingly to like horses that go to the front. Maybe that's why you like fires and everything like that. Is that true?
Yeah, we all do, you know. we all do.
At least you're in front.
Yes, but it's to maintain that front.
Okay.
I'm still that wrong, but it's to me, well, getting a horse that leads, you know, is one, but at the same time, you have to can rate him.
True.
You have to can rate him. And that's why I said before, I was so glad that I rode Casual Charm before I won on her. So that gave me an idea of the type of horse that I'm riding. I know that she has speed and thing, but it's the first I'm actually riding her. Well, it was the first, but around the bend at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
But when she broke, she made a good pitch, but road rush went to the lead. She stopped. What I've done Tuesday, when she broke from the gate, rode her out, just go back on her, hold her a little, but tease her a little. So you have to can rate the horses that go to the lead. However, you can still rate the horses in coming from the back.
Yeah, sure.
You can. That is a must. You have to know to rate your horses. That is why Dick Cardenas, I like his riding style as well.
Mm-hmm.
Because that man has a clock in his head.
Yeah.
Yes, he does have a clock in his head. Because once he got to lead, I don't think you can catch him so easy unless that horse just definitely stop. But once Dick goes to the lead, I'm rating them nice. I like that about Dick.
Well, in my days, you had Rodriguez, who sang and Emilio Rodriguez. They'll go to the front by about half a length. And when they turn to the straight and they say, now, that horse just broke and he just sprint away. Natalie, it's really interesting, you know, to see the vigor, you know, where there are only 3 riders. Militia Ward seemingly have gone away, maybe temporarily or whatever, but to see female riders doing well, because I'm sure the female viewers, they will, even if they don't like your horse, they'll wager a bit and they always support you. But the incentive that the promoting company has offered for the leading, well, the female rider with the most wins at the end of the year? Is there another month?
Next month.
Oh, it's a quarterly.
Mhm.
Okay, great. Has that inspired you more to train harder and see more rides? Or if that wasn't the case where that was offered, you'd still do the same?
I would still do the same, but in a sense, it still motivates us
Mhm.
to get even more rides and to get the work done. Reason being, it's like, it's not even about the money then. It's about, to me, it's about the title then. Female
Yeah, to be
champion.
like a champion, yeah,
Yes.
at least. That's true.
It's even if it is even for one day, 1 month at least, you have that beside your
Yeah,
name.
it's a great feeling. Yeah.
Yes, so it would be a great feeling for us. And so to get the rides, maybe a bit challenging sometimes to get the rides, but once I get the rides, you have to just try and get the job done.
Okay. Well, you're currently leading in that category, and the Open Gate Show wishes you all the best. And we're really impressed that you took some time out to have this interview, and we hope that the next time we're having one, you'll be fully pledged and you'll be winning a lot of races.
Yes.
All right, take care and thank you.
Hey man, thanks so much.
All right.